how to lubricate your bike chain. And yes, it is something you ought to do. I'd been doing it wrong for years until I was shown the right way. Let me share it with you now. Two things to do before you lube your bike chain. One is clean it and the one is check it for wear. And how to do those are in these videos. But you will find people who tell you not to use regular bike lube, use wax or use a wax emulsion like Smooth or Squirt.
And for completeness, Squirt is a wax emulsion. The water base evaporates, leaving the chain coated, and UFO works in a similar way. But both seem to be less effective in wet off-road environments like Scotland.
But the vast majority of people still do use bike lube, and this is how you do it.
First, choose a good lube that's not going to pick up loads of debris and wear out your components. I go to Zero Friction Cycling, where Adam tests loads of lubes for the industry, and I look in his shop because he only sells what's good. I use this Silka Synergetic when I use wet lube.
If you're watching this thinking, I already know all that stuff, well, that's great, but this is part of a series for new and returning cyclists called Stuff Cyclists Don't Tell You. And actually, chain lube is one of those things that cyclists don't tell you. You've just got to work out for yourself.
So hopefully this will help. Here's my chain after 4 days of heavy use. You can see a little debris in the gaps where the teeth go. This is where you do not want lube, or you'll get even more debris collected. The lube goes on the parts which have to pivot. You might see people lubing a chain quickly like this. I've kept the cap on because this almost guarantees you'll use too much and it will attract debris. The lube I prefer has a needle-like applicator to restrict flow. Put the chain in the big ring at the back, then I start at the power link which joins the chain and just put a dot on each pivot point at the bottom, working along the chain. When I reach the end of what's accessible, I note how far I've gone, rotate slightly and repeat until I'm back at the power link. I'll run that chain through 10 times on the big cog to work the lube into those pivot points, then drop to the little cog and repeat. This maximizes the amount of articulations each link goes through. All this is best done warm so the lube is less viscous. I leave overnight and wipe off all the excess in the morning.
Adam's website is perhaps, well, not the clearest, but if you want to, you take a deep dive into his stats and you work out the cost of different lubes. It's really interesting. Also, if you are a fan of chain waxing or using a wax emulsion like Squirt or Smooth, then he has good fact sheets on them all and how to apply them. And for example, Squirt and Smooth are best applied at specific temperatures. His downloadable fact sheet on those is very useful.
If this has been useful, then I'm sure you'll find more helpful videos in this playlist, Bike Basics. Oh, and if you fancy a bit of an adventure on your bike, then this is the place to find a video to watch. Please subscribe, hit the notifications and give me a thumbs up. I will see you again next time. Goodbye.